Small business is about courage, risk-taking, independence, and we small business owners are survivors. Everybody has an idea for a business, but how do you take that idea from mind to market? This is the place to learn.
Small Business School with Hattie Bryant.
It's a new kind of school. Together we'll learn about business from the inside out, from the people who've done it. We'll meet the men and women who are today's pioneers and quiet heroes. Their lives are the textbooks. Our classroom is the world.
In 1987, I'd worked for a company that did what we did for 4 months. Mm-hmm. And after working with the company, it was a small startup company, there were 5 or 6 of us there, I realized that the founders of that company were doing some activities that I did not agree with.
Okay, so philosophically, morally,
4 months ago,
ethically, you said, I can't do this.
Right.
Okay.
And legally, I couldn't work for these guys.
Aye.
So 4 months later, I started Pace Butler Corporation with $62.53, absolutely no knowledge about computers. I didn't even know how to turn one on. We were going to buy and sell computer equipment, and the first computer we bought was to run our business. It was a PC. I went to the local PC store. I said, I want to buy a PC to run our business, but I don't know how to turn one on, so you guys are going to have to come out and install it and teach me how to use it. And they said, we don't do that. I said, well, I won't buy your computer. They're no longer in business. We're still in business.
Wait a minute, Tom. You had 4 months experience in a similar company. Is that where you saw the window of opportunity? You said there's lots of people who need what these people are doing, but I don't want to operate that way. So you they gave you the window of opportunity concept.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't always have to reinvent the wheel. Someone else had already invented the wheel. I just took it under my own wing and took action from there.
I did see also on your website your value statement. I want to talk about that.
Yes.
Do you think that your experience in the company, that 4 months of seeing bad business practices, illegal business practices, whatever, did that root you in these ideas that you would never be that way? You would never ask a person who worked for you to do something illegal or unfair or immoral or whatever? I mean,
what the 4 months with that company did for me was show me that there was an opportunity. I already had my own values and I already had my own belief systems before I went to work with that company, and that was one of the reasons why I left that company so quickly. We started to grow. What I realized, the people that I was attracting to the company didn't necessarily have the skill sets that they needed in order to be successful.
okay.
Low self-esteem. When I was offering to pay minimum wage to have someone come in to work, they basically were not the people of high caliber.
Right.
But we're all capable of success
Okay.
if we choose to be successful and if we have the right knowledge.
All right. Have any of the people that you've tried to grow rejected some of, I hope everyone will go to your website and read your value statements. Do they think it's corny? Do they think, oh my gosh, do I have to be, I grew up my father's a Southern Baptist minister, and I thought, this guy's obviously a Christian. I mean, the language, the wording, the books you have on your list, the Bible's on your list of books that you're glad you've read. Do people think, oh, I don't want to do this at work?
Sure.
Talk to me about that.
Okay, sure it is, and it is corny. A lot of the stuff that we do at work is corny. I'll tell you something that's very corny. Every day on the way to work, I laugh for 1 solid minute. Now that is corny. Why would anybody, I just laugh, and it's a fake laugh. It's the best laugh I can do, and I laugh on the way to work.
Do you try to think of something funny to make you laugh, or you just
Sure.
laugh as a muscle exercise?
Everything I can possibly think of to laugh, but I laugh for a solid minute. I watch the digital clock on the dash, and I laugh for a solid minute.
Okay, what is that doing for you?
The more we use our resources, the stronger the resources get. The more we use our personal resources, for instance, the muscle,
Right.
the more I use the muscle, the stronger the muscle will get.
Okay.
If I don't laugh,
Yeah.
then I lose the ability to laugh.
Okay.
So instead of having to listen to a comedian or read a book or hear a joke, I just laugh.
Okay.
And it teaches me how to deal with stress. That's corny. Driving down the highway, laughing, people looking over, and here I'm in my car and I'm laughing, that's corny. And I have a fear of looking foolish. But
You know that
do
about yourself?
Sure. But do I want to be successful? Yes. In order to be successful, sometimes I'm going to have to do things that appear to be foolish.
Do your people know that you do that, and do you ask them to do it?
Sure.
Okay. So
I don't ask them to do it. I share with them that I do it, and if they choose to do that, they can.
okay, so there's no again, I asked you, do you assign books? You
Sure,
say
and
no.
I do assign books.
Okay, all right. What is the process? In other words, if I came to work in your organization, what is expected of me to get on this growth path with you?
Okay, 1990, I got to go back to that. 1990, atmosphere at our company was terrible.
Well, you're on the edge of bankruptcy.
Nobody wanted to work there. Everybody was dissatisfied. I was dissatisfied. I wanted to give up. Louis Gander came in. He said, you need to write an atmosphere statement. I said, what is an atmosphere statement? He said, you need to write what are people going to experience when they come into your company. When they come in the door here, what are they going to experience?
As an employee.
As an employee, as a customer, as a vendor, whatever.
Okay.
What are they going to experience when they walk in? What kind of atmosphere?
Right.
So he said, and you should not participate in it.
Let
You
the
should allow the employees write the atmosphere statement.
Okay.
So they wrote an atmosphere statement. It's about a paragraph long.
And is that what we find on your website today?
I believe so.
Okay. You didn't change it.
No, it's
Okay.
the original. It's the
9 years
it's
or years and years
yeah,
later.
10 years later, it's still the original atmosphere statement.
Okay.
We wrote this atmosphere statement, and then after we wrote that, I wrote a mission statement. And then we wrote the company values, and we wrote the company goals. Now we have, when you come to work, when you come to consider coming to work at our company, I will place this in front of you, this form that has our atmosphere statement. And I will ask you to read the atmosphere statement, to read the mission statement, to read the values, and to read our company goals, and let's see how much in alignment we are together.
Okay.
And if we're not in alignment, it's probably not going to be a good fit for you to come to work here.
Okay, it seems like to me, as the founder and CEO of a company, you've decided that building people
Building people first.
is your goal,
First, yes.
not getting rich.
That's a byproduct.
Okay, talk to me.
I
about
hope.
Talk to me, yeah, all right. Well, I mean, talk to me about that because, again, there's so many, there's some very young people today, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, starting companies, getting venture capital, doing the IPO thing. They would laugh at this.
Fine.
And they would also say, I'd never work for a company that I couldn't chain smoke at my desk or whatever, or it makes me read a book.
We used to chain smoke at our desk. A lot of our employees used to smoke at their desk.
Yeah.
But the culture, a lot of our employees have quit smoking. I used to smoke 2.5 packs of cigarettes a day. I don't smoke today because I found a better way to live. I made that choice, though. No one forced that on me.
Okay. How, as we grow a company in this environment that we live in today, how much time should a CEO invest in the people piece? And do you feel that parents and schools, because of the lack of attention or the weakness in parenting and school, that the CEO now has more of that responsibility than ever before to teach values, to teach education?
Sure. I think first we got to work on ourselves. As CEOs, presidents, owners of the business, we've got to continue to work on ourselves. We've got to continue to gain knowledge and to look at our weaknesses. And we cannot look at our weaknesses by ourselves. We need to have a coach. We need to have a mentor. We need to create a solid foundation. Getting rich is okay, but getting rich is not all of it. Money is just the money is just a byproduct of right living.
Okay.
If you want to be truly happy. One of the things that I've learned in business is try to make the pie bigger and not be so worried about our piece of the pie. There's a scarcity mentality and there's abundance mentality.
In other words, you're just as aggressive at helping your competitors as you are at working on your own company.
I can't say I'm as, but I will
You're
say
interested in the success of your competitors.
I'm interested in the success of our nation. I'm interested in the success as everybody here on earth being successful. Everybody. And that with all the technology, all this wealth that's been created in the last 10 years is because of all these new products, all this new innovation that's come onto the market, the cell phones, all the new services that are available. The possibilities are incredible right now. And for me to say that I need to protect what I've got, that's scarcity mentality. And that creates fear, and that also creates a lot of mistrust. And in a corporate society, we need to raise the level of mutual trust and respect. Success breeds success. How can I get around other successful people? It's very, very important to be around other people that share the same values and the same goals, and that we can reinforce one another. Because it's very easy to lose hope. It's very easy to say, it's not going to work out,
Right,
and to give up.
right. So, what about the future?
I want to continue to learn. I want to continue to take action. I want to continue to associate myself with people that are doing it, that are becoming successful.
I had two fundamental goals when I started Cynet. I wanted to provide services to large IT organizations to make sure that their technology kept up and running. Companies spend billions and billions of dollars on all of this technology, but if it's not up and running, it's all for naught.
Right.
And it's become so critical in business today to have the systems that keep up and running. If they don't, you end up in the newspaper or on the news in examples of the eBays and
Going down.
Charles Schwab and all going down. It's a critical function. So I had the business vision as to what I wanted to accomplish, but the other part is I wanted to create an organization that I wanted to be part of.
Interesting. That's the way you wrote the goal.
Absolutely.
I want to lead an organization that I want to be part of.
Absolutely.
Okay, what were the qualifications? What was the criteria that you laid out? You said, this is the kind of company I want to work for.
When I went through the process of defining my business plan, one of the things that I did back in '92 was that I ended up making sure that I created a set of values. And the values were based off of the type of environment that I wanted to be a part of. And I felt that it was a critical step in building the infrastructure of a great organization by making sure that we attracted people that shared those value sets.
Okay, give me an example of a value statement. Or do you have it memorized, or can you roll it off?
We
off
call
for
it the
me.
Cynet 7.
Okay.
And
What are the Cynet 7?
we call customer of value. And the reason why we do is we have a clear focus on serving customers and a belief that if you serve the customer, they'll take care of you.
Okay.
And the last 7-8 years, we've found that 99% of the time that's true.
Okay.
The second is quality. If you're going to do it the best. There's just no reason to do it any other way. The third one was a different one. It was caring. And the reason why I wanted caring was I'd been in environments within working for big companies and then being part of big companies that I didn't feel like they really cared for the associates, or the employees. The employees didn't care for each other at times. And I also felt that it was important to care for the community. And so what that created was incredible teamwork, which is our fourth value. And it just creates a magic within the environment. The others are creativity. I wanted to create an environment like I had come from that allowed people to, if you had great ideas, be able to try it out.
Right.
The other was initiative, finding people that did whatever it took to make it happen, and incent and reward people for that. And finally was integrity. I mean, that was really simple. It was just, to me, the golden rule: treat people the way you want to be treated.
We believe in education. We think that that's one of our priorities here at On Target, is making sure that people get educated. And what we're finding is that we are attracted to skill sets of accounting. That brings us control. So we have 2 JDs, we have 2 MBAs, we have 2 professional development degrees, and we're moving from there. We're not stopping. If you've got don't have an undergraduate degree, we insist that you get one. If you don't have a master's degree, we insist that you do that. So it's an insatiable, really, requirement On Target for you to become more and more educated if you're going to be a part of our management team.
And of course, you have to set the standard yourself.
Yeah, I have to set the standard. In 1993, the company had outgrown me, really. The issues that I was faced with, I didn't really have the skill set to deal with them.
So what'd you do?
I got off my tail and got into SMU's graduate school and came out 2 years later with an MBA.
All right, so you wanted to get in front of your group.
Yeah, I think what happens is people would rather see a sermon than hear one any day. They'd rather that I walk with them than just show them the way. I got that somewhere in college, and I remember it. Share with them who you are and what your company stands for. Share with them as much as you can in a full day or 2 to let them know what that company's hopes, dreams, aspirations, and desires are. What are the values of that particular company? And once that's there, ask them the question after those couple of days: is this a place you really want to work? Okay. Let them know that there is a value totem, and each and every person in that organization must adhere to that value totem. And if they don't, well, then they won't be there. Let them know that it is a clear choice whether to join that clan culture of work or to stay in the culture they're in.
Bring someone in with the prospect that the two of you will agree that they will have a job, or the two of you may agree that they don't want to work there.
Sure, but don't make the assumption. Come in with the proposal of saying this is what On Target is, this is what On Target does, this is what On Target think that it can do for you, and this is what we think you can do for On Target. Offer the value proposition, and then trust that most human beings will have the type of intelligence to know whether to make the choice to join the firm or not.
But how strict should we be? I guess
think
that's what I'm
should-
getting
I
at.
think we should be very strict, Hattie.
Okay.
Or we have to be very strict. This is not welfare. This is work. There are some rules and conditions that we all have to go by.
Okay.
You know, it's easy when you create formulas, and that way you can just create a mantra and you can just repeat it point after point after point after point. And what we do is we really do work with people on lifestyle skills. We work with people on education. If you don't have a bachelor's degree, if you don't have a high school diploma, we'll send you back to school and we'll pay for it here at On Target. We think that's important.
Okay, so logistically, how does that work? So I come here 8 to 5,
Yes.
and then after work, I go to take classes that are offered close by.
Yeah, that's if it's convenient. If it's not convenient, you do go during work hours.
You do
Several
allow
of
that.
our employees have gone during work hours, and we've paid them for that time. It's that important to us.
When
Yes.
you invest in someone's education, is it coming back into On Target Supplies profits?
I don't remember a situation where we've invested in education that I didn't feel like the company got more than a fair return.
Okay.
I don't remember, but we like to educate people as a part of that model. And then we like to get people involved in something as simple as spending right. So we have a lot of seminars here for our employees on how to spend the money that they're earning and how to go about earning more money. And then from there, we go into savings. 95% of our employees are enrolled in our company 401k plan. You don't get 95% without a little arm twisting. And so we twist a lot of arms to get people involved. But we have great testimonials of people having massive amount of money saved for the first time in their life. And what happens from there is normally your education requirement become higher, is because you feel like you're part of the affluent class for a change.
Let me talk about these money management classes. Do you think that's meddling in people's personal lives?
Yes, I do. I think it's meddling in people's lives.
And that's okay for you?
It's okay because they're meddling in my life. This company is a great portion of my life, and they're here every day working on something that is been a part of my life for 16 years. And so if they can get in something so important in my life, well, then they should give me the permission to get involved in some things in their lives.
Okay, this is one of the wonderful advantages we small business owners have. We are not traded publicly.
Yes.
So your advice to a small business owner is that the people who work for you, it's almost like stepping over the line, though, Albert.
Well,
When you're
I don't think small business people get a chance to write their own rules. I think that we have to participate in federal guidelines also.
Well,
but
yeah.
There's nothing against the rules in helping people have better lives. I think that that's the difference between corporate leadership and some of the leadership that you see in small business. I think that you see a lot more courage in leadership than you do in large corporations. What we have to be is leaders that take risks, that we actually go out there and make a difference in people's lives. It's a matter of going in and making sure that the people that have trusted you with their career are getting the fair return for that trust that they put in you. Every Friday morning at 7 o'clock we have a staff meeting, and in that staff meeting we get a chance to teach, preach, coach, counsel, listen, and learn from our employees. We get a chance to share the books of the company, the financial statements of the company, and go beyond just open book management into actually teaching and receiving feedback on those financials. We serve breakfast. We serve you a hot breakfast. We expect for you to be here on time, and so we have that reward here when you get here. It's a hot breakfast. We like for people to come in, get comfortable, enjoy a good breakfast, and then open up their hearts and minds so that we can do that teaching, preaching, coaching, and counseling.
So who leads these Friday morning meetings?
We select one of our team members. One of the employees of our company has to get up and teach the company what they're doing and how they're doing it and what the key measurements are and what their business plan is. It's real interesting to see people that had no presentation skills when they came to On Target Supplies and Logistics doing the type of presentations that I can tell you would play anywhere from Logan Street to Madison Avenue to Wall Street. Excellent presentation skills, and we're
Okay.
real proud of that.
All right, now, the pictures around the walls.
Sure.
What are those about?
We call them on-target achievement series. A couple of years ago, we asked our employees what success looked like to them. And if they would bring in pictures of success, we would have those things published, those pictures published in order to be presented on our company walls. We didn't dictate what success looked like. We wanted to know what they thought. I think you're seeing pieces of a puzzle being fit in for the first time, which is depicting success for some of our employees.
So you think it's smart to open the books? Better for them to know what you make?
I think it's better for people to know what we earn than to wander wrong. I really don't like for people guessing what type of incomes are being earned and being wrong in their guess. Make sure that they feel like that they're a part of what you're doing. Make sure that they understand their role in the entire picture. People support what they help create, and with that in mind, we like to get people involved in doing things that makes On Target a better company, therefore make them better employees, making the relationship a better one.
Okay, give some advice to the small business owner who thinks that starting a business for the purpose of getting rich is a good idea.
I think that you have to start a business with a dream in mind other than getting rich. But I think that you have to be willing to put together the factors of production. That is people, that is a place, that is product or service. You put those things together with good old-fashioned entrepreneurship. And if you do that with the right mix and with the right tenacity, I think you'll get rich along the way. But the first and foremost goal has to be excellence. Excellence in everything that you do.
People want to be part of something great. They want to make a difference. Life is lived on such a mundane level when the goal is just to make money or put food on the table. Yes, we must pay a living wage, but after that, our leadership should take people beyond where they dreamed they could go. People who work with Albert Black told me, "You don't learn this in school." What they mean is on-target supply is not just about transactions. It is about a whole way of life. Building a values-based business means first, you must identify your own values. Second, you must write them down. And third, you must live by them yourself. Making money is probably too easy. Building a values-based business should be the challenge for us all.
The business community loves our show. One owner says, "You're motivating, informative, and inspiring." Another calls us insightful. One says, "It does my soul good." Another thinks we are the true reality show. And we're called the best business educational show on television. Want to learn more? Join the thousands of small business owners who are making a difference and add your voice to our story. Visit us online at smallbusinessschool.org.
I think the majority of our employees know what my values are and know that I believe in giving and making the pie bigger and believing in abundance mentality and believing in continuing education.
Have you ever had anybody say, "What do you mean by integrity?"
Oh, absolutely. In fact, one of the things we learned early on, I remember we had the 7 value sets, and we had an associate that said, "You know, these are words to me. What do you mean by them?"
And what did you say?
And that's how we ended up starting to create sentences around each one of those values.
Okay.
And we go through a process that we hire people to the value sets, we develop to the value sets, we recognize to it. In some cases, we terminate people when they don't follow the value sets.
Make no doubt about it that On Target is in business to get rich, no doubt about that. But our first and foremost goal is to develop people. When you take a look at our mission, when reduced to 3 things, it is to develop people, develop community, and develop profits.
So that's the secret.
That's
to
the
put
secret.
The people first.
Put people first. Put people first. And they'll put you first. Put them last, and guess where you'll be?
Values have to be more than just part of our lives. They must be at the core of our businesses. As Tom, Mike, and Albert tell us, when the values are right, the balance sheet shines. You can learn more on the web at smallbusinessschool.com.
Small Business School with Hattie Bryant.
If you want to learn more about starting, running, and growing a business, come to our website, smallbusinessschool.org. There's streaming video and interactive study guides.
The only way we can compete with big business is to be faster, smarter, and better.
We are the engine of the American economy. We create the jobs. Small business is about big commitment. It's about sacrifice and struggle. But we do it because we say, if I don't do this, my life won't be complete.